Nanditha ma'am, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you need a video? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
You need a video, ma'am?
Yeah, you need.
Yeah.
You need. Yes. You come live and then take a session.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, fine.
Fine. You want an introduction about something or?
What instruction, ma'am?
Introduction.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself and then begin the session.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Namaste, masters. I'm Nanditha, and I have been into this world of meditation from the year 2003, inspired by my guru, guided by my guru, Master Brahmarshi Premnath sir. In the journey of this meditation, I could able to learn many things. The meditation is just not a yoga, just for our inner peace, mental peace, etc. It actually introduces us to ourselves. It introduces ourselves to us. So, what is our origin? Where are we from? All these details are known through meditation. Meditation is one of the greatest practices made by greatest masters, sages, etc., to know the truth about their inner. And with their hardcore work, we can able to know that we can able to connect to our inner with the whole of a breath. By being with the breath, we can just follow the path and we can enter into our inner. Master Buddha had struggled a lot to know where should we roam to know the truth. To whom do we inquire for the truth? Where is God? With his struggle, he could able to know one fine day with the greatest fasting that look into you, be with your breath. Our breath is a guide. Our breath takes us to the divine in us. Our breath, just being with the breath, we can be able to connect to our inner. The inner conscious arises, making us know, letting us know what is true, what is not. What is the truth? The body that we have, the physical body, is not a true, is not immortal, right? So, one or the other fine day, we find our body getting spoiled. But still, if the body is left behind, there is something that is with us. That even when our body detaches from this world, that is, when the death arrives, the body starts spoiling. So it is not permanent. But there's one permanent thing. It's called soul. That is called soul. You know what soul is? Soul is inside us. Soul is with us. With the meditation, with being with the breath, we arise, we awaken the inner strength, the astral power, the soul power. And so, by following the instructions given, the guidance given by my master, my guru, Premnath sir, I have been into this meditation and was practicing every day. That meditation helping me to overcome even my physical things. The body gets prepared, the mind will be in a peaceful state. Even we can get rid of all the problems that we are facing because we can able to know the truth behind our sufferings. And following the path of meditation, I could able to enlighten myself with the workings of greatest masters, the channeling of the masters, the auto writings, and also some conscious spaces have been made into me by the divine masters. All this happened. We can able to know everything only when we experience it. Everyone has to arise himself. Arising himself is being with the breath and practicing meditation. Meditation is the greatest boon given to us. But Maya is the greatest energy which just throws us into distress. What we opt? Maya or meditation? Maya keeps our mind always attracted to it. Meditation makes our mind calm. We can just make our mind be with this. And arising the inner energy, we can able to sustain everything. We can able to fight with everything and win. Not just fighting, but also winning when we are the soul. Being with the soul, not only the worldly problems are solved. Many things are resolved, right? And there are many questions. Where are you from? Where are we? What are we? Why are we here? Etc. etc. Everything can be known to everyone when connected to them. Arising the inner is the greatest part. Arising the inner is the only thing that we are here for, which tells us, which makes us know why we are here. So, I would request everyone to make meditation, to practice meditation, and make that as a daily practice, a daily habit. We have our food 3 times a day, 4 times a day, etc. But the inner, the soul, which gives us life. You know one thing, when the soul resides in us, we are alive. When it leaves us, we are dead, right? When the connection is lost, we are dead. So that is a life-giving thing that is residing in us. And we are forgetting it. We have to awaken it. We have to feed it with the cosmic energy, the astral energy, the energy beyond the physical energy. How can we get that? When the mind works, the physical body will be in action. The soul cannot awaken, cannot arise. When the mind is with us, then the soul arises, masters. Then the soul arises. Only then the soul arises, masters. So, stay with your breath. Close your eyes. Be with yourself. Connect with yourself and know the secrets of the self and the universe. And, we have got energies, but there are many divine masters who just help us to explore ourselves and also to pour in the energies. We know the greatest master Krishna, who tells us only, only the fire, the light emitted through your meditation can make you get rid of all the sins, all the karmas. This way, when we are connected to the greatest masters, to their conscious, then we can able to receive the wisdom and also the energies from them. And as we celebrate Navratri, we actually pray to Goddess Durga. And Goddess Durga has many more forms, and each day we pray her, or each day we just pray her in a different form. The first form, I'll just give you a brief introduction of the 5 forms. And today is the 6th day, and we discuss about the 6th form. The first form, what we call Shailaputri. And I tell you what we just want to know or learn about that form. Okay, Shailaputri. After the Daksha Yajna, with the death of Mata Parvati, Shiva goes into deeper meditation. Devi Parvati will be born to the king of mountains, Himayan. And so we call her Shailaputri. And the second form, we just pray her. And in the first form, she will be in the path of enlightenment, carrying a Trishul in her hand, so that she can be able to break through each and every barrier she's into. And at one point of time, Maharshi Narada comes to her and tells her that she is the wife of Mahadeva. So you have to marry him. Then she starts the greatest penance. Greatest penance, like she eats only fruits for a few years, only vegetables for a few years, and for 3,000 years she lives eating just the fallen leaves. And after that, for a few years, she even lives there. Just for as she knows that she is none other than Mata Parvati, and she wants to marry Master Shiva, Mahashiva. And Lord Brahma reaches her and tells her, I give you a boon that you are going to marry Shiva. I give you a boon that you are going to marry Shiva. And thus, the marriage goes on. And in that form, she is prayed as, she's named as Brahmacharini. And the next form of her is Chandraganta. Okay? And in this form, she'll be bestowed with the crescent moon, and there'll be a bell. There'll be a bell with her, with the sound of rebels, the evil trembles. The evil is put into a fierce fear that vibrations makes each and every evil demons into a fierce way. They just run of her by listening to the bells, by listening to the sound of that bells. And the next form of her is Skandamata. Skandamata is like mother of Subramanya. The mother of Subramanya. You know, a Rakshasa called Tarakasura. Rakshasa called Tarakasura will be actually opposing the demons and will be making them so disturbed that all the divine beings will be disturbed by the demon Tarakasura. Tarakasura is a greatest demon with energies, so that they need some powerful energy from Shiva or the Shiva himself to slay him, to put him down and help the divineness arise. So, with the combined, united energy of Shiva and Parvati, a seed called Agni seed arises or emerges. Thus, that seed is given to Brahma to put that seed into the lake Saravanai deep in the forest, because it hatches into a greatest power called Kartikeya. And he's the one who helps the divine beings, the gods, and save from the demons. So Brahma, Lord Brahma carries over it, but he couldn't. In the middle, Ganga Devi comes to him so that she helps him in carrying it, but couldn't. Then Mata Parvati herself carries the seed and places it in Saravana. After placing that in the Saravana lake, after a longer time, it hatches to a greatest form called Kartikeya. And he is the one who kills the demon Tarakasura. The demon Tarakasura. And before that, we need to know about the form Kushmanda. Kushmanda is one of the greatest forms of Mata Parvati, where she has 3 eyes and she is said to wipe off all the darkness of the universe. And she is the creator of the universe. And with her form, in that form, she has created the universe. And with the 3 eyes, she creates with one eye, that is, with one eye. With one eye, she creates the gods and the goddesses. Like with one eye, she creates Shiva and Saraswati. With other eye, she creates Lakshmi and Brahma. And with the other eye, she creates Vishnu and Shakti. And she hands over Lakshmi to Vishnu and Shakti to Shiva and Saraswati to Brahma. And from them, you create the rest of the universe is said by her to them. This is a form of the greatest form of the Shakti, greatest form of energy called Kushmanda. She is the creator of the universe, masters. She is the creator of the universe. And after all this, we come to our own form. Today's topic, Kathyayani. Kathyayani is one of the greatest forms of Mata Parvati. So, once I'll discuss about the demon first. Is my voice okay, ma'am? Are you able to hear?
Yeah. Voice is okay, ma'am.
Oh, fine. We just discussed about why this form has been arised. So, previously, there were humans on earth, demons and gods. Okay? But there was a continuous battle between the gods and the demons, and always gods were victorious. Always. There was a king of Rakshasas, Asuras, called Mahisha, called Rambha. And he actually gets married to a princess called Mahisha, who was cursed to be a buffalo, water buffalo. Okay? And with the unity of Rambha and Mahisha emerges an energy called Mahishasura. Mahishasura once asks his father that, Father, there have been many battles between gods and us, but always gods win. Why? Because they are of greater and wonderful energy, my dear. That is the reason that they always win us. He'll always be thinking on that. Why? Why can't demons, us, asuras, win on gods? And when he comes into the youthful state, youthful age, he talks to his father. Father, I think tapasya. Tapasya is the only thing that we get enormous powers. And he observed the astral penance. And with fasting for many years, with one-footed, he starts praying Lord Brahma. He starts playing Lord Brahma. And after a great penance, taken by Mahishasura, Lord Brahma comes to him. When he listens to the words of Brahma, he opens his eyes. Then he asks for a boon of immortality. Lord Brahma tells him, you have been asking me, which is impossible. But after thinking for a moment, Mahishasura asks, Lord Brahma, okay, my death should not be either with the demon or with the god. And if at all my death comes, it should be by a woman. And then Brahma gives him a boon, being not mortal, not be killed with the demon or God. As he knows that the humans are the one with less powers, they cannot do anything to him. Brahma tells okay, and he just gives him the boon and he goes away. Mahishasura Mahishasura with this cruelty tells himself that I am invincible. I am invincible and start conquering the earth, troubling the travelers on the earth, getting into each and every house, robbing everything. And whoever wants to stop him was killed without any second thought, with him and with his army. And after that, he invades. He would like to invade the gods, the Swarga, the Indraloka. He goes there with his army. He battles a fierce battle. The Sudarshana Chakra of Vishnu will be in vain. The thunderbolt of Lord Indra will be in vain. It cannot even stop him. It didn't even work on him. They will be in greater worries. And they will go into the fields, into the mountains to be away from him so that they'll trouble them a lot. So after a longer time being in the mountains and the fields, exiling themselves, the gods come to Lord Shiva and praise him to help them from this greatest demon, Mahishasura. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Vishnu, all together with their fumes of energy, with 1,000 suns of light, they would like to create a form of a woman. The form of a woman. So that only she would slay her. As Brahma was given the boon, Brahma tells them that only a woman can kill him, can stop him. So they would produce a greatest form of energy called Kathyayani. In those days, in the meanwhile, there'll be sage Kat. He was having his son, his disciple, Katya, and his descendant called Katya. The Katya male doesn't have any children. He observed astral planets and worshipped gods to have children. Then the Trinity, Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma decide for getting the most powerful form of energy onto this earth in the form of a woman as the daughter of sage Katya. So she's born to sage Katya. She'll be very powerful. She'll be just dazzling or rendering a bright light, and she will be gifted many weapons, like Shiva gives his Trishul, Brahma a kamandal of holy water, Vishnu his Sudarshan Chakra, Agni the dart, Vayu a bow, Sun a quiver of arrows, Indra with his thunderbolt, And she'll be gifted many weapons by the Vishwakarma, Vayu, etc., Varuna, etc. She'll be gifted a mace. And also an axe. So that these weapons help us to kill the demon. So embracing every weapon to her, she will be like having a three-eyed greater form of energy with 18 hands, carrying each weapon in her hand. And when she knows that for the reason, what was the reason that she has been here, she goes in search of the demon Mahishasura in the mountains Vindhya. As she comes over there, Mahishasura looks at her and asks her to marry him. She does, okay. Battle with me, defeat me. Then the war starts. In the beginning, he sends some of his asuras to fight with her, but it proves in vain. And after that, he himself gets into the battle. And when the battle just moved on, just been processed, he could able to know that he couldn't able to sustain her energy. So he takes different forms. He'll be in the form of a lion, an elephant, and a buffalo, etc. Wherever and however he was, the divine form could know him, can able to point him. And whatever the incarnation, whatever the form he takes, she was continuously hurting him. And one fine day, after a long battle, the final day, she could able to see him as a buffalo. He was having that power of turning himself into a buffalo because of his parents. Mahisha was a water buffalo, was cursed to be a water buffalo. So he also was having the power of turning into a buffalo. So he turned into buffalo and he just wanted to hide himself with that power. But Devi Durga in the form of Kathyayani slays him, puts him down, and thus ends the battle and helps the divine beings, the human race, from the torture or the torment of these demons. This is the greatest form of Mata Kathyayani. And as we know, Devi Durga have got different forms. Why is she in different forms? And why? What she just want to make us learn, make us know. In each and every form, she used to make us learn. She used to educate us that be in the path of enlightenment. Okay. The first form, be in the path of enlightenment. And when you are into that form, you will be poured with immense energies that you can able to cross your barriers yourself, with yourself. And in the next form, she tells us like, whatever the adverse situations, whatever pulls you back, never ever backstep yourself. If you are fixed and decided to achieve something, be in that way. Never ever cross over yourself and achieve it. With the power of enlightenment and the power of achieving, you can able to build yourself with enormous positive energies so that your energy could tremble the negative. After all these into you being a positive, the greatest form of positive energy, you will have the ability of creation, creating everything. A form of power or energy is in you with which you can create anything. And even you also create a form of energy also for the sake of this universe. For the sake of this universe, my dear masters. And with the ability of the creation, what all should tell us. With the immense energy in you, with the creating ability in yourself, you can able to help the universe in just wiping off any negative. Any negative. And in the next forms, what she tells is like, with just your smile, you can able to eradicate your darkness. The darkness, the total universal darkness is totally eradicated in the other form. And then after the polishing of all the demons, the negativeness, you emerge as a form of energy with a full of sacredness, purity in you, knowing yourself, knowing the origin, with a greatest knowledge in you, my dear masters. So now, we're just able to know the forms of Durga and about the Mata Kathyayani, right? Now, we meditate for some time, masters, so that we will be in the consciousness of Mata Kathyayani and able to receive the energies, the immense energies from her. Okay, master? Okay, masters? We all, for 15 minutes. We meditate only for 15 minutes, my dear masters. Okay? Okay, masters. Now, close your eyes. Clasp your fingers. Now, we are in a state of meditation, my dear masters. We are in a state of meditation where we are just shutting off all the worldly connections with only single connection with our inner. The only single connection with our inner. We are rising the conscious. We are all together. Our conscious is bonded together, forming a greater conscious. And now we invite the conscious of Mata Kathyayani. And we all being and we all enter into the conscious of Mata Kathyayani masters. We all are in the conscious of Mata Kathyayani. Stay relaxed. We all are in her conscious. The life of a human is embodied with intelligence, where arising the positiveness in you, calming this worldly things by calming your mind, making your intellect active. You can just engulf the powerful energies through yourself. The word impossible can be turned into is possible when you're entrusted with yourself, when you're entrusted with your inner energy, when you're entrusted with the soul power, my dear masters. You have been empowered with the connectivity to the divineness only when you accept it, my dear masters. Are we in a state of acceptance? Think over. Are we in the state of acceptance, my dear masters? Accept yourself first. Accept yourself first, my dear masters. Okay, I accept. What happens then? You accept that you are empowered with powerful energies in you, which is in your inner, right? So, okay, we stay connected to our inner then. Let us know what all is empowered in us. We stay with our inner. The inner consciousness arises from inside us. The inner conscious arises, masters. Accept it. Trust yourself. What happens when you are connected to your inner and the consciousness arises? What happens? Then the doorway is open and a path is shown for us, which is completely filled with the light. And when followed, the path will be in the path of enlightenment, my dear masters. We are at the path of enlightenment. We are in the path of enlightenment. No energy can stop us other than ourselves. If at all we ourselves want to stay with the mind and want to listen what mind says and come back to this earthly world, then there's no power that will help you because it has been decided by yourself, but just you yourself, right? The hurdles and the barriers in the path of enlightenment are more from ourself only, masters, than with the other negative energies. We have the barriers created by the negative energies, but still we have got the trust, the energy inside us, which helps us to overcome all the barriers. But if the barrier is us, ourselves only, then there is no one to help you out. So calm your mind, let your mind stay with yourself and just follow the path of light. As we move on in the path of light, we can able to know the real truth about the world, ourselves, the soul, and the universe. What are the facts that we doesn't know now, and we know when we are in the path of enlightenment? We'll come to know that we are a form of energy. Yes, we know, because the soul is very powerful and soul is inside us. Now, not only the soul, the physical body is also the physical energy form. It is also a form of energy, my dear masters. Accept it. It is also a form of energy. Okay. When we know ourselves that we are the form of energy, and when we know that there is a greater form of energy inside us, we arise our consciousness through meditation. Through meditation, making our mind calm and being with the breath. We know that the divinity is inside us. We forgot that we are divine beings. The divinity is inside us, my masters. Then, connected with that divineness, we arise ourselves into the greatest form of energy. With the divineness, with the enrichment of the divinity inside us, we are poured the greatest wisdom, the energies from the universe into us. And we will be an outcome of the great as a greater form of energy. What form of energy is that? Why are we modify himself. That is the fact. You have the capability of letting in the energies, wisdom, and the consciousness into you, spreading the consciousness over the universe, having the capability of the creativity in yourself, and thus protecting the universe, my masters. Protecting the universe. You grow as an ultimate power. You, you will be change yourself into a power source. Just with the awakening of your inner. Is it possible like meditating for a twice or thrice and we get such a supernatural powers? Is it possible? How is it possible? Why is it not possible? First thing, there have been many steps, We are into human thing. We are a human thing and we are into this earthly world. The first thing that we have to overcome the Maya on this world, making the mind come. That is a big challenge for us. Oh yeah, the mind is there, right? It's okay. So we connect to our inner through the breath. Awaken ourselves, the inner self, letting in the greatest powers and forces in us. Very nice. You just overcome the Maya, making yourself your mind come. Right? Then what about your qualities? What about your ego? What about your fear? These are all the negative qualities. Always fill in with greater qualities, not just good qualities, greater qualities. Ego. Ego is bonded with this body, not with the soul. Right? Get rid of the ego. Get rid of the fear. The fear is the greatest negative force. You know why? The negative force normally becomes a barrier, right? But the negative force of fear weakens us, helping the negative to have a greater growth of energy. Where will be losing our energy with fear? The negative will be rising the energy. Such is the greatest force. Such negative greater force is fear. Never ever fear or afraid of anything. Why are we? Why should we get afraid, my dear masters? No, it makes us down. It just doesn't only makes us down, but helps in arising the energy of the negative. Do not let that happen. Always filled with purity and love. That's it. That makes us arise the inner conscious at the greatest speed. So you'll receive more and more energies, And with earth energies and the consciousness, you could able to pour in the wisdom about each and every small aspect, everything of the universe. After all this it's happened, filling with the consciousness, filling it with energies and also the knowledge. We transform ourselves into a greatest divine beings of the universe. And we will be the barrier of protecting the universe. We will be the creator and create the positivity which helps in the growth of positivity. Thus, thus transforming the whole universe into one with the greatest form of energy manifest, with the greatest form of energy. We accept all these, and with the consciousness of Mata Kathyayani, we achieve this in a very short period. Okay, masters. We bow, we bow to Master Kathyayani, and we are back to our physical bodies. And now, masters, you can just unlock your hands. Put both of your hands on your eyes, giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you can open your eyes and share your experiences, masters. Hello?
Hello. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you for the wonderful session.
Thank you.
We will just end the session, ma'am.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.